Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Dr. Mindbender, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different for this episode. Since we're going to be doing Ras Al Ghul's Temple for our next build, I thought we would do a little bit of a character study or character explanation more, accurately on Ras Al Ghul, kind of give you a little bit of background, tell you who he's from. As usual, please remember to hit that sub button. We are almost at 300 subs. Thank you guys very much. You guys are the real heroes. But without further ado, let's get started. So, Ra's al Ghul was created by Julius Schwartz and Dennis O'Neil and first appeared in Batman 232, Daughter of the Demon, in June 1971. And he's definitely not your typical Batman villain. So, when Julius Schwartz and Dennis O'Neil first were coming up with the idea of Ra's al Ghul, they didn't want your prototypical costumed villain that was out running around doing all sorts of nefarious deeds. By this point, Batman already had a bunch of those with, the Riddler and Joker and Two-Face, Penguin, so on and so forth. And they really wanted somebody who would be more of a perfect foil in terms of a Moriarty type character. And they came up with this guy, Ra's al Ghul. And most notably, he's the leader of the League of Assassins, which is a very clandestine, covert group of ninjas that topples governments and does all sorts of nefarious deeds throughout the shadows. They're much more akin to the Court of Owls in that way. I mean, the long and short of it is that he's just the head of an international terrorist organization that, cripples governments and installs dictators and things like that. But he really does want to try to create a perfect society, where everything is perfectly balanced. He's a lot like Thanos in that, regard, but instead of having infinity stones, he just uses economics and, terrorist activities to overthrow governments. But Raish's real claim to fame is being almost 700 years old. And the reason why that is because Ra's al Ghul has these things called Lazarus Pits. And the Lazarus Pit is basically this giant hole in the ground with this goo that when you jump into it makes you immortal. It's basically a fountain of youth. But instead of drinking it, you just have to submerge yourself in it. The drawbacks of the Lazarus Pit is that it does make you temporarily insane. So you do get youth, but you also get this temporarily insane effect that can happen for a subjective period amount of time, depending on how long you're actually in the Lazarus Pit. And because he's been around so long, he's amassed a tremendous amount of knowledge and wealth. I mean, I think he's probably the second or third oldest person and richest person in the DC universe, second only to maybe Vandal Savage. But he's been around since the bubonic plague, since the French Revolution. He's been around since Napoleonic Wars. He's mastered almost every fighting style. He can speak almost every language that there is. So I mean, he's definitely, one of the top 2 or 3 oldest people in DC Comics. And apart from being just the leader of an international terrorist organization, he's also the father of one of the most prodigious and dangerous assassins in the DC universe, and that is Talia al Ghul. And she has also been the leader of the League of Assassins from time to time in Raish's absence, but she is no slouch. I mean, she has kicked a ton of butt in her time in the DC universe. She's trained her son Damian Wayne. She's trained Cassandra Cain, who was a Batgirl from one point in the early 2000s, I believe, until Barbara Gordon got her title back as Batgirl. She's even trained and defeated Lady Shiva. And I want to say that she's even beat Black Canary, who's probably one of the best female fighters in the DC universe. She's also deduced Batman's identity as Bruce Wayne, and they kind of have this on again, off again love affair sort of thing where they're sort of betrothed, sort of not betrothed, but yeah, they do the thing. And if that wasn't enough, he's also the grandfather of one of the most dangerous little 13-year-olds that there ever was in the DC universe, and that is Damian Wayne, who is the newest Robin. Damian was a member of the League of Assassins up until the ripe old age of, I think, 12 years old, until, Talia took him to Gotham to meet his real father, Batman, for the first time. Then Batman took him under his wing and became had him become the new Robin. But Ra's al Ghul has definitely done some nefarious stuff in his time, not just around the world, but also in his own family. And apart from the comics, Ra's has showed up in a lot of different animated movies that DC has put out. He was also in Batman the Animated Series back in 1996, and then later shown in Batman Beyond. I can't remember what year that was in, but in that episode, in the future, he had swapped his consciousness with his daughter Talia al Ghul's body, seduced Bruce Wayne, had him jump into a Lazarus pit to restore some of his youth, and then tried to swap consciousness with Bruce Wayne's body. I mean, this was definitely one of the craziest and most twisted Batman Beyond episodes I've ever seen or that was ever produced. But it was definitely a great episode when it came out. So yeah, I mean, Ra's has done a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's basically Ra's al Ghul. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a good time watching this video and that this video was kind of informative. I'm really going to do some more of these before each new Lego set, just to kind of give you guys a background on whoever it is that's going to be the focus of the next set. Again, thank you guys for watching so much. Remember to hit that sub button. There's going to be a link in the description to the playlist that we're going to be making for this new Ras Al Ghul temple. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.